Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes. Why do I say that? Well, remember, it's because it's a choice to make it that way. See, that's what you have in you. You have this ability to do the same thing for everything that you're going through. See, but the question is okay, fine, we know that, but do we do it? See, the nice that I go through things that I go through, I have to remember that as well. But what's beautiful is once that power is used, in other words, when I choose to look for the good, excuse me, everything changes. Oh, that was interesting how that just came out of nowhere. I love sneezing. Don't you love sneezing? Oh my gosh, it feels so good. Anyways, think about when you get to choose how you think, and when you actually choose how you think and look for the good, what comes to you? More of the good. Remember, things come into your life based on the frequency you're on. And the way that you control the frequency you're on is by looking for that, which is why every one of these calls is started off this way. Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning. It may be a fact that you may be going through something, but still you can shift the narrative and start to get emotionally involved with that. And once you do, you'll start to feel it. Next thing you know is, oh my gosh, that's what I'm experiencing. Again, why? Because as within, so without. Write that in your notes. As within, so without. Your outer world is a reflection of what's happening in your inner world, your inner worlds of thought. See, that's what we go over here in these wonderful calls here at Master Your Mind. This is what we've gone through ourselves, both Dolly and I, as we stepped into this realm of thought. See, we decided to go into understanding the laws of the universe, which is how we were led to understand it ourselves, which is what we share with you. But see, we had to experience that. There's no way I would be experiencing what I'm experiencing, being able to communicate to you the way I'm doing it had I not gone through it. In the same way it goes for with what Dolly goes through and what she shares with you and all the stuff that we're going through, when it comes to sharing this information. See, it's through the experience that you understand. And through that understanding comes this ability to transfer it to other people. King Solomon said that in the Good News book. In all thy getting, get understanding, not get knowledge. Isn't that interesting how we've been conditioned to get knowledge and we collect more knowledge, collect more knowledge, collect more knowledge. Oh my gosh, I know so much. But then the results don't change. Why? Because we don't understand. See, it's through understanding that you're able to have wisdom. And again, the only way to gain that understanding is through the process, is through applications, through practice. And that's what we're inviting you to step into more than you ever have, because it's important, not only for you, but it's also important for everyone around you. And it's important for the world. Because I can tell you something, and you see it too as well. The overwhelming majority of the world is not thinking. There's just a lot of reactionary things happening, very little responding. With that being said, there is enough responding happening to see magnificent change in this world. But with that being said, we still need more of it, don't you think? Of course we do. All right, so what do we go over here? Well, we go over how to think rightly. And the book that we're currently studying is The Master Key System by Charles Haanel. If you don't have a copy of this, make sure you do get a copy of it. If you want to know where to get it, just reach out to us and we'll share it with you. You can get it over on Amazon, as a matter of fact. But look for this specific copy if you want to read along with us. Now, keep in mind, all of these calls are recorded, so you can go and replay them. If there's something that you missed, you didn't quite get to write the notes the way you wanted to, but it resonated with you, you can go back and replay that so that you can get that. And I got news for you. When you do that, you'll hear it different. Why? Because you've changed. Having said that, if that's you and you want to dive more into this and you're not in this wonderful mastermind group, then just go to elevitality.com and go and register. You'll thank yourself later. Now, you should also have your goal card with you. You should have your idea written down. It's a very good idea. With that being said, again, I need to remind you, you don't manifest what you write down on a goal card. You don't manifest the vision board. You don't even manifest affirmations. What you manifest is how you feel about them. See, It's the feeling that's the secret. It's what's going on in you emotionally about this that determines how much of this will be delivered in your outer world. Did you catch that? It's that level of connection that you have, which is what determines the outcome. And so if you only look at this as, oh, that would be really nice, and you look at it as a wish or a dream that's out there without being emotionally involved with it, I got news for you, it's not going to happen. But if you start to live your daydream, as what Lily Mueller sings in her song Daydream, oh my God, that's when everything changes. And that's what's shared here in this wonderful book. And that's what we're conveying to you. All right, so let's go into this, shall we? Let's go into where we were or where we left off in from the last session. Okay, and here where we are is on page 303. Now, I'm going to go over this because this is a big deal. Okay, I want you to all write in your notes, everything operates according to law. Okay, we live in a universe of laws. And these laws, I got news for you, they don't respect you. They have no respect of you in any way, shape, or form. With that being said, they're amazing, they're powerful, and they're beautiful if you learn about them and you use them. Now, let's just use what we call this so-called law of gravity. I mean, that's what they call it, right? But really, that's not what it is. But we'll just use that as an example, okay? The law of gravity. Now, let's say, gravity is there, right? And it is. And I'm holding this thing here, this double-sided tape. And if I let go of it, what's going to happen? It's going to drop, right? No, so I just let go, boom, drop. It'll do the same thing for that. It'll do the same thing for a crazy, awesome stick person. Woo, drop. Okay. Does the law give a shit about this? No, it doesn't. Does it care whether or not this is a cat, a dog, a child? No. It's going to happen regardless of what it is. And that's important for you to get, because this way that law is there, there's also these other universal laws, which are things like cause and effect, the perpetual transmutation of energy, the law of gender, the law of when you're looking at polarity or anything that you associate things to, there's those laws that are there. And again, the key component is they get enforced regardless of whether or not you're knowledgeable. Now, when you think about cause and effect, every effect has a cause. Write that in your notes. Write that around this. Every effect has a cause. Well, the effect here that's in your life in terms of what you're earning, that is happening because of a law being enforced from what the cause is. So in other words, whatever you're earning right now, I got news for you. That's exactly what you're supposed to be earning by law. And if you don't like it, don't get pissed about it. Just look at it and say, oh, I don't like it. I want to change it. And if you do want to change it, guess what you've got to deal with? You've got to deal with the cause. If you don't change the cause, you're not going to get a different effect. And we've talked about this when going over what James Allen refers to as the fourfold order of the universe, which is cause and effect: seed, plant, blossom, fruit. Write that in your notes again. Type that in the comments. Seed, plant, blossom, fruit. You plant an avocado seed, you're going to get avocados. You're not going to get beans. Think about that. It's very simple. Well, it's the same way when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to abundance, when it comes to an amazing, incredible lifestyle, when it comes to being successful in this specific vocation. When, again, it's everything to do with, where you live, the car that you drive. All of those are effects. If you want that effect to change, you must deal with the cause. See, again, that's sowing and reaping. Now, here he says it is the recognition of natural laws that has enabled us to annihilate time and space, to soar in the air, and to make iron flat. And the greater the degree of intelligence, the greater will be our recognition of these natural laws, and the greater will be the power we can possess. See, the more you understand it, the more powerful you are. Think about your experience, the wisdom that you have. Somebody goes in to want to do something that you have wisdom about, where you have succeeded, and then they go about in ignorance to try and figure it out, and how much quicker they can get there because you understand the process. If you were to share them the process, and if their mind was open to listen, to adapt that process, they would deliver that success. Now, think about that. It's because there's an understanding of it, not a knowledge of it. There's an understanding of it. Now, again, let's tie this into how this works with you about understanding the laws. For instance, the law of cause and effect. We've all heard it before. When we dive into the law of attraction, we've heard it before. We have the knowledge of it, but the question is, do you understand it? And see, the way you'll understand it is by actually putting it into practical use, to engage with it, to actually go about to try and disprove it. As a matter of fact, that's what I really do recommend with you with regards to everything that's being shared here. Don't believe me, just go out and engage with it yourself. From there, you will learn that, oh my gosh, this is the real deal. Now think about that for you. The greater the degree of intelligence, in other words, the greater the degree of connection with the laws, the greater will be our recognition of these natural laws, the greater will be the power we can possess. And that power is something that will deliver the change that you seek. Now, here's the fun part about it. You've always had it, you have it now, and you always will have it. It's just a question of whether or not you're going to use it. Now, before we go further, my reminder for those of you watching this streamed on social media, if you'd love to dive into this and finish the rest of these calls and watch the replays and use this information that way, then go to elevitality.com